Righty, Wednesday strength, cycle number 2 here, 2026 at Full Circle Fitness. We're starting off with some Jefferson curls. Now, I really like Jefferson curls because they give you training and just time spent in an unregular position in the fitness world. Your spine in real life moves in all sorts of different directions. But I find in the training world, we're very used to having a very stiff and rigid spine, which in reality, like if you bend over and tie your shoes, do you keep your back perfectly flat, or do you let that thing round and bend over and do it? When you pick up your kid, are you perfectly flat with your back and stiff, or do you round over, twist, and pick up the kid? I find a lot of people fail to train their bodies with load in those unusual positions, and Jefferson curls give you exposure there. Start light if you've never done it before, and you can work up to a heavier load when you're comfortable. Set up, we want to have toes off the box slightly. Legs stay straight. We don't hear this often from me, but legs straight on this for the most part. We're going to feel a nice big stretch in our posterior chain, but we're also getting that flexion in the spine intentionally. Now, setup, very important. We need to intentionally start by bringing the chin to the chest. Then intentionally rolling, rounding the shoulders forward. This is what starts the rounding of your back, and it sets you up to be in a good position. There's a very big difference in here compared to here. Here does not set you up for success. Here does. Then slowly continue down, rolling down one vertebrae at a time until we're at the bottom as far as you can go. And then continue that. Roll up one vertebrae at a time until you're back at the top of your rep. Controlled, smooth motion. Start really light. Don't need to build heavy until you're really comfortable with the movement. Calf raises after that, barbell. Just smooth and steady on those calf raises. Get the heels up nice and high. Just make sure you're not bouncing. Chin ups. Now, with chin ups, first want to go over a proper way to get into the band. Seen too many people do this. Where you get a foot in, and then they just kind of jump off, and you're swinging, you're all over the place, and you have awful control. Not very safe either. So the safest way to get into position is once you get one foot in, you step down and straighten that leg. Step 2, we need to straighten our arms, but I'm gonna leave this leg on the box to support my weight while I do it. So I'll come down, straightening my legs, or straightening my arms, foot is still on the box, and now I can release that foot, and I'm not swinging like crazy. Chin above the bar, control back down. Pay attention how far your feet come out in front of you. We don't want the feet swinging out as you pull yourself up. The biggest thing on the band, y'all, most people do not use enough assistance. If your first few reps are fucking hard, you're not using enough assistance. You want to have several reps where it's smooth, kind of easy. By the time you're hitting your last few reps, those are hard. Think about it like lifting weights. If you're doing, I don't know, fucking 10 curls, is your first curl really hard or kind of clean and smooth? And by the time you do 8, 9, and 10, then you're working. Same concept here. I think people think that this is cheating. No, this is just allowing you to get better at the reps, at chin-ups. After that, costal press, what we got on here? With this movement, first let's go at setup. Naturally, people want to get in like this and just go into the motion. Big stretch here. Get enough weight on there, it's going to strain you a bit. Safest way to get here, take 2 hands, thumb down, arm locked out. Now I can rotate more into this, and I can use a little rotational help to twist down. Especially for shorter athletes, it's harder to get in that position. Use that approach. Next, staggered stance, and look how far back my foot is in here. When we're doing this motion, I want to push down, not out. If you're too far out this way, well, now you lose that ability to push down and you're pushing more out. Intentionally want us in the station. Rep looks like this. We open, it's not a fly. It is back, but we do open a little bit as we go back, but more elbows track back. I'm engaging my back as I do this, and I exaggerate that range of motion, really open up at the top, and then I'm pushing down, aiming towards in front of my foot, and squeezing the chest at the bottom. At the bottom, I like to get a little twist of the handles. I get the bottom of the handles kind of closer to each other. Instead of finishing neutral or here, they twist when I hit the bottom. Just hits a little different part of the chest. As far as few reps in a row, it's gonna look like this. And our last one, what the hell is it? Wrist roll-ups. Follow me. So just building a little forearm wrist strength, arms out straight. Naturally, a lot of people go like this. Make sure we're even, squeeze glutes, core braced. Smooth, slow wrist roll up. Consistent motion, not ever stopping. You want to keep the PVC as even as you can, not wavering. And then we have control going back down the opposite way. You're not letting it roll down like that.